Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Moohead Radio. Sorry for my lateness, but I'm a cow, and sometimes cows are late. Hope you're having a good day, and I hope all of you are enjoying your life. Mr. Moohead has some things on his mind that he really wants to get out of his udders and utter them out of his mouth. And I'll be honest with you. You know, I started out doing this program as a fan, all right?
Yeah.
And I find myself less of a fan and more of a commentator about the state of things in professional sports. And I wanted to...
Or critic, if you will.
Well, yeah. And I think that I want to start out the program... First of all, I want to start out the program with sharing this screen with you because if you're an NBA fan, you're probably happy the Cavaliers are not playing the Hawks. They're playing the Raptors. We'll get to that in just a minute. Hi, Eli. How are you doing? I hope you're
Eli's coming.
Well, I hope not. I wouldn't want to stop him from doing that. And David, no, curmudgeon. No, I wouldn't say that. That's too Walter Matthau-esque. I would say that what I say comes out of my mouth with no delay. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
And hello,
Integrity. This is Houston. Houston integrity.
Hi, Stephen. How you doing? Anybody who says hi to me automatically gets up on the screen. So if you know me, great. If you don't know me, you can get to know me and all that. The Cavaliers are going to be playing the Raptors, and it all came down to this. And I really feel like it's imperative that I share this because a situation like this, and I'm going to go ahead and just blow it up. Yeah, God. I mean, what could you say about a situation that was totally misbegotten? This is the game that determined whether the Cavaliers, it turned out, were going to play the Hawks or the Raptors. The score is 108 to 108 if you didn't see it. All right. And 34 seconds left in the game. So, and they're coming out of a timeout. So Boston called a timeout to run a, timeout play, which is something that is going to work. And it's something that is going to take advantage of the clock in such a way that you'll get a shut up, but you'll also get an extra possession. All right. So the worst you could be down is 3, but you'd have the ball if you fail on this play. If you succeed in this play, then you have the lead, and then that puts the pressure on Orlando to score. So here is your ATO, your out of timeout play. And this is why you just don't want to play the Boston Celtics in Boston ever for your entire life. I don't want to hear from people about, first of all, this didn't make any sense within the context of things. I honestly think they were trying to throw the game so that the Cavaliers would play the Hawks, because this makes no sense, but the outcome makes even less sense. Let her roll. This is an ATO, folks. This is what they drew up on the sidelines? Question mark.
Oh, yeah, he's upset. Give the ball to Baylor Shireman. 5:55. Inbound to Luka Garza. Hit the three!
Luka fucking Garza. Now, you can't tell me that this monstrosity of an ugly man, here we go. Check out this ugly mug on this guy.
He is an ugly fucker.
Adrian.
He said, take that ATO and shove it. I'm shooting this thing.
Yeah, ignore the coach.
Send this one to Caitlin Clark.
Okay, he's supposed to get the ball. They ran him to the ball, right? That's not how the play is supposed to end, folks. He takes matters into his own hands. A guy who barely plays. He's going to give the ball back to the Magic, folks. He's going to give it back to him. Here we go.
Look at
No, I did. I just made it.
legend.
And he's going, fuck yeah, I'm ugly. Fuck me, I'm ugly.
Over me. Oh yeah, he's a
All right. So I start the show with that only because you want to play the Celtics. You can play the Celtics. I just sure as hell don't want to have anything to do with this team. It's the Leprechaun. I don't give a fuck what it is. That play could not have been drawn up, and it looked to me like it was dumb fucking luck. All right. Oh, yep.
I was asleep yesterday, so explain to me that how a game involving Boston and Orlando actually affects whether it's the Raptors or the Hawks.
Because there were three games that mattered, separate things had to happen in order for that to take place.
Right,
And
so Orlando had to lose.
Orlando had to lose, or else it was a whole three-way scenario, not the kind that Trump and Melania played part in. This was a completely different.
It didn't involve children, is what you
Or Clinton and Hillary. Nobody would do honestly, with Hillary, nobody would do a threesome. No.
said. No, I don't think I would.
It would take a fucking village. At any rate, equal opportunity insulting. Yeah, but it came down to the three teams, and I'm not going to go over that all over again. But
I can look it up.
Yeah, three distinct things had to happen, and two had happened. But this seemed the most ridiculous of all because Boston didn't play any of their players. I mean, the announcer screaming, "Get the ball to Shireman! Get the ball to." Oh, fuck. Shireman is a left-hander who's got no lift. I mean, if you gave him the ball one-on-one, you might as well just fucking turn it over. He's a good perimeter shooter if he has open looks, but he's not going to create a shot, and they're screaming, "Get it to Shireman." I mean, none of the announcers saying, "Get it into Garza." Absolutely nuts.
Isn't he at Purdue or some Big Ten schmucky school?
Oh, I wouldn't even know. I mean,
so.
he looked like he comes from some foreign culture. I don't know what he is. I don't know what he is, but he's ugly, man. He's ugly.
Yeah, he's Andy Etchebarren ugly.
Oh, yeah. His face looked like a baseball mitt, catcher's mitt. Yeah.
Look up Andy Etchebarren, you youngsters.
That gives me shivers thinking of him.
Or Don Mossy is another.
Don Mossy. Don't do it. Don't do it, folks. These are ugly 1960s baseball players. And when you got their baseball card, if you were a kid, you got that.
Yeah. It scarred you for life.
I thought I had the Addams Family card set when I bought that. You know, and you know, when you're a kid and you're saying you really find somebody you fucking hate, right? And you say, "I want to make a trade with you. Yeah, I'll trade you Don Mossy." And the kid's like, "Who's Don Mossy? Who is he?" This one. Oh!
We should have known each other when you were like 10 and I was 8. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, we still are.
We're
still 10 and 8. I don't know. I have no maturity. So at any rate, so that's how the Cavaliers got into the better situation of playing the Raptors and not playing.
Is it really? Is it better?
Yeah, and I'll explain it in a little bit and into the show. The thing I wanted to really get off my chest
Dave
here.
Pilevsky pulls out the oldest comment in the world. Have a look at that. If I had a dog.
Yeah.
That's been around longer than longer than Don Mossy, I think.
Don Mossy. Nobody talks about Don Mossy. Why would they? I mean, he looked better when he decomposed.
You know what? Keep talking about it. He'll pop up as one of the names on the people in this video when they go to look at it on YouTube, and they'll say, who's the video talking about? And it'll pop up on there.
Oh no! See, you forced me into doing this. I wanted to get some momentum going in this program, and you have forced me
I
to
have
do
killed
this.
you. Yeah. You got to share the screen.
Oh, believe me,
You got to do it.
I'm doing it right as we speak.
Do it. I mean, Herman Munster was probably based on Don Mossy, I'm guessing. Oh, the one with the A's, though, that is classic.
I mean, this guy could have been a football commentator in the preseason for the Browns with ears like that.
Oh, even that's harsh.
Oh my God, that's Don Mossy. So enough Don Mossy. We're done.
Andy Etchebarren next.
So FanDuel Sports Network is no more. Okay,
Really?
because FanDuel Sports Network, Great Lakes, formerly Bally Sports, formerly Sports Time Ohio. I hate you, Cleveland. And Northeast Ohio closed officially. This is the kind of thing. And if you were watching the game yesterday, the Cavs game, and it was like they brought Jim Jones on, who was an announcer for the Cavaliers.
Oh,
for
yeah. He's the
26
radio
years.
guy for
And he had tears in
90
his
years.
eyes. The guy had tears in his eyes.
Aw.
And yeah, and let's bring him in. Yeah, Don, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
That sounds like Tony the Calf. But
Hey.
Of course, that's who it is.
I was quickly in there as it, and I had to back out because it autocorrected me to "Don't Mossy."
don't Mossy.
Don't at all
Don't.
costs. Don't. Yeah, so FanDuel Sports is no more, and it's one of these situations where this has already happened. To the Guardians last year, and they lost the regional network, and so MLB picked it up, and this is all part of the consolidation of sports. And now the league will own everything, and there won't.
why not?
I want to know what's going to happen to the Ken Ganley Kia lady. I'm not going to be able to see this anymore. And I was hoping she'd flash one time before this whole thing ended. But it was really sad to see the guys saying bye-bye. And they never even let Austin come in and say bye-bye.
My knee, I can't walk out.
But honestly, I don't know what's going to happen, but it'll tell you. It has nothing to do with, like, people said, well, the Guardians lost it because there's no interest in the Guardians. They suck. They're boring. They're this, they're that. Cavaliers are a winning basketball team, folks. They're a winning NBA franchise. They're consistently in the playoffs. They have star players. But they lose their television coverage, and it's all part of a consolidation. So the rich will get richer. And I think we all know that in our hearts. I bring it out for a reason, because this can hurt Cleveland sports irrevocably. And let me explain why. Everybody hates Jimmy Haslam. All right. Jimmy Haslam doesn't have a leg to stand on amongst the fan base in Cleveland. He hasn't done anything good. Everything he's done is bad. But he's able to do it by the grace of the NFL, because he's one of 32 owners in the league, right?
Right.
So as long as everybody's happy, the league's happy with Jimmy making bad decisions and the Browns losing, right? So everything's fine and dandy. But what happens when Jimmy Haslam gets out of his cage and pisses off every single owner in the NFL? And that's exactly what's happened. What happens to teams in this consolidated world is that the owners of these teams have too much fucking clout and too much fucking power.
Yeah.
And you're saying, well, what did Jimmy Haslam do? He signed Deshaun Watson to a long, guaranteed fully guaranteed contract.
Yeah,
And every
guaranteed.
owner in the league took exception to it.
Yeah.
And they intentionally refused to give guaranteed contracts to their star quarterbacks.
Yep.
But they turned their back on Haslam. The fact of the matter is, nothing that they vote for ever, when Jimmy Haslam brought up this stupid other thing that he recently brought up about, draft picks or compensation, all that. For
20 years down the road, you can trade your draft picks or whatever it was.
They laughed him out of the room. It's like, fuck you. They hate him as much as we hate him. And all that's going to do is guarantee a bad product in Cleveland forever.
Ever.
It is not good when ownership makes all of the rules regarding their own business. That's the point I want to bring out in this program, and I'm going to illustrate it in another way. I don't know if you saw the Cleveland Guardians playing the Atlanta Braves.
I saw, not yesterday, but I saw the first blowout on Friday and then the win on Saturday.
Well, I mean,
yesterday.
Yeah, the blowout, look, the Braves are a good team, and I take nothing away from them, and the fact that Bibee.
I got some what I think are interesting comments from watching the Braves broadcast. So
well, I don't want to get off.
You don't want to get to that yet.
Nope. I want to stay on topic. So Bibee was bad. He wasn't spotting his pitches. He was way up in the strike zone, and then he just ended up grooving with them, and they were crushing him. So the Guardians, at that point, they knew they weren't going to score anywhere near the number of runs that were necessary to win the game. So they had to go to their bullpen because their bullpen's overworked. We're going to be getting some guys back in the bullpen, but we're working shorthanded now. And there was no way the team was going to win, so they brought in I wish they would have brought in Matt Festa and a bunch of.
They used him the other day, actually.
Birds would come out and peck his eyes out, but instead, Kobe Allard was the guy they brought up.
Yeah.
But there's this thing that's going on in Atlanta that when the opposing team goes to their bullpen, and of course, invariably there are men on base.
Go for it.
They turn all the lights out and they do this whole thing with spotlights where the fans have their lights on their phones and intimidate the opposing pitcher.
Yeah, they do it in red too. It's like a red like warning light or flashy thing or whatever.
Since when did it become fair play? Is you have 40,000 fans screaming for the team. What is this new thing about intimidation? And are more teams just going to start this kind of bullshit? And I am so sick and tired of people inserting themselves into a game. Right. That is not what a home stadium means. It has nothing to do with, if you're going to play that kind of intimidation strategy, then I have a solution. You go through that. Every team that comes through Atlanta that has to go to their bullpen, there will be a number because they got some really fine hitters on that team. And you put them through that bullshit and that ceremony. You bring the pitcher in and he hits the first batter. Every team in the league, and the first batter who comes up to the plate, you want to play intimidation? Maybe the next 3 will get hit and we'll just throw the pitcher out of the game. How do you like that shit? Who in the hell is thinking of these things? And why is it legal? Why is this being allowed? Why is this encouraging this kind of behavior?
Did you see what was going on their scoreboard at the same time? They had like the tomahawk chop thing going on too.
The first pitch, I don't mind the chants and all that. They want to do that, they do that. But you do something for the other team that you don't do for your own pitchers in order to agitate them.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's an attempt to intimidate. The first pitch goes behind the hitter. The next one hits him in the leg. Then you get a warning. And then the third pitch, you do whatever you're going to do. And the next hitter gets hit with the first pitch, and your pitcher will get thrown out of the game. If every major league team who came to play in Atlanta did that, maybe they would understand that what they're doing is wrong. And maybe the players would say, this isn't funny because now this has become physical intimidation. But I'm going to raise the bar. You see, I'm going to say, hey, you want to start out with this? I'm going to engage, man, because I'm an assertive motherfucker. Should never be allowed. Never be allowed. Not in any sport. I just don't know. I mean, so what's the deal? Is it in the NFL? If a backup quarterback's come in because they late hit the starting quarterback, you're going to shut the lights out for a minute?
And start
What are you
red on there?
Yeah, what are you going to do? How are you going to confuse him? Are you going to run a huge high-pitched siren noise so he can't hear anything from the line of scrimmage? What are you going to do? This is the end of civility in sports, and I'm sick of it. That's why they call it sports. God damn it.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a true competition between teams, and a home field is a home field advantage. And it's proven to be for most teams, except if teams are so bad they can't win in either place. I don't know.
Yeah, I did notice that. I'm glad, and I would have forgotten that had you not mentioned that. But I would like to point out that because I was watching these games, I thought, damn, I don't ever remember seeing this stadium in Atlanta. So I look it up on Wikipedia, and it was built in 2017.
Yep.
And I thought, And you know what? The Atlanta Braves owners did the exact same playbook to get their stadium built 20 miles outside of downtown Atlanta that Jimmy Haslam has copied to get his stadium built outside of downtown and in Brook Park, Ohio. And what they did was they said, Turner Field, you got to spend $300 million to fix it because it was built for the Olympics and it was built in the 1990s and it's shit. And it's in downtown, and we want to move to the white area of Atlanta where all the baseball fans are. It doesn't say white area, but they're moving. They moved to Cobb County and built their stadium in Cobb County.
And you want to know what the funny thing is? Cobb County used to be the redneck capital in Georgia. And I'm talking about way back in the 1970s.
Way back when Ty Cobb was alive.
Yeah. Cobb County was considered the place, the last place, if you were African American, that you would want to be caught dead driving in and your car break down.
Yeah, so it's on
the Klan hung out there.
Yeah, the big two freeways, I-75 and the Ring Road, whatever, whatever it's called, and that's where this stadium is. And then the other excuse they had was that there's going to be 5,000 more parking places there.
Yep.
So basically, this stadium, if you've not seen the games, looks like a sort of generic version of Jacobs Field, only a bit three-tiered and taller,
right,
and seats 41,000 people. So there's nothing distinctive about it whatsoever. So 20 years from now, when the demographics all change, they'll end up having to build a new stadium somewhere else.
But they don't care. If you're making as much money as they're making, and it's not through the baseball alone, it's through all kinds
of merch and
the investments that they're able to do, the inside trading they have access to. It's disgusting. Everything in this country right now is disgusting. Everything, the attitude of both political parties, people arguing and insulting one another, people glorifying themselves, other people standing up like they're self-righteous when they're just as big a thief as the others. It's despicable. And it's crawled into every goddamn crevice of our culture. And our sports is what we watch to feel good. It's like,
get away from all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a vacay, man. It's like I watch sports because I want to see that one time that we win a championship, that one game, that game 7. I want to see that. I want to see that great moment in the spotlight just once. I want to be able to kind of feel a rush because I've been watching so many years and decades. I want to see them win. I'd love to see the Guardians win a World Series because it's just been a long, long time.
Oh, it's been that they pointed that out. The Braves announcers, who are not as good as Jeremy Guthrie and the Royals announcers, but they're still pretty good. They pointed out that the Cleveland franchise has not won since 1948, which is the longest streak of all teams. And there are other teams that have never won a World Series, like the Mariners and that, but they were expansion teams in the 60s, like Mariners and the Brewers, and somebody else has not won a World Series. But yeah, 1948. But this is the amazing Cleveland franchise stat that they dug out. Now, Cleveland has not had an MVP for like the longest time.
Right.
Can you name the last Cleveland baseball MVP of the league?
Why don't we go with Rocky Colavito?
No, it's I'll give you his one of his nicknames on Wikipedia. Don't even know whether I should even say this.
Go ahead.
The Hebrew Hammer.
Who was the Hebrew Hammer?
My other clue was going to be he was probably your dad's favorite Indian. But then I'm sorry, I apologize for that.
Oh, what was his name? I don't know. Tell me.
Is Rick May on it? Rick May there? Rick May got it.
Oh, he's in the chat. Yes. Just tell us.
Al Rosen.
That's right.
And
God, that has been a long time.
And Al Rosen would get anti-Semitic chants from the crowd and from other players, and he'd go in and fight the fuckers. Read his Wikipedia, man. The guy his other nickname was Flip, so he was like, that's somebody you really wanted to mess with.
No, he beat people to death with his nose.
Like 1953 was the last time Cleveland had a Conch City. Yes, who are you calling Big Nose? But yeah, 1953 was the last time Cleveland had an MVP. And it's solely because Albert Bell was such a prick in 1995 that nobody voted for him. They voted for Mo Vaughn instead. But, it should have been Albert Bell in 1995. I think everybody knows that. Had he been not quite the asshole that he is and was.
Well, I mean, he would have been stalking them.
Exactly.
You know. Yeah, but so Colby Allard is the guy who took the beating in the game yesterday, and now he's lined up to be DFA'd. It looks like because Hunter Gaddis is coming back to the team.
Yeah, great name.
Yeah, so there's nothing good that came out of that last game in Atlanta, and it really bothers me tremendously. And I wish, honestly, that sports could become something that is more than just what we gamble on and something more than we just argue about. And it's so much more than this ridiculous, overly statistical kind of, analysis that people do.
Analytics.
Yeah, that just runs the joy out of the game. It just ruins everything. And you can't even make a comment. I mean, a guy can be up there like I was glad to see Manzardo finally hammered one out. But he can be up there not making contact with the ball, and like 70% of the time he's going up to the plate, for God's sakes. And the team's trying to keep his attitude good by saying, well, he hit a few line drives, he needed a few to drop in, and they will eventually. And you've got these statistical people saying, well, he's really not doing that bad. It's like Travis Bazana in the minor leagues. He's really not doing bad. Yes, he is. He's doing terrible. He's underperforming. He was a lousy pick up to this point. It was a mistake. He has no power. He doesn't have good fielding ability. He doesn't have good speed. He doesn't have a good arm. How could he have been drafted that high?
Breathe.
And the reason was because the model they were using was Stephen fucking Kwan, who
Wow.
now the team is this close to trading.
Oh yeah, because he's in arbitration year. Yeah, Rick Mang is correct. There are several Hebrew Hammers, including I think
Hank Greenberg, yeah.
including like Ryan Braun as well. I mean, it's a reused nickname. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's
We could do the
They,
old.
they should
Jewish
come up.
team.
They should come up with new,
Yeah,
Jewish, names, nicknames for Jewish players, like Sandy Koufax.
Don't play on the Sabbath.
Yeah, no. It would be. I don't know if I could even come up with one. It would be. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, if Travis Bazzano was Jewish, Passover.
Passover him.
That's exactly right. And maybe he'll turn it around because I'm not down there watching him play. But stop the stupid fucking defense with analytics on every little thing. Just because you're a needle-dicked bug fucker and you need that little detail in your life, that little bit of detail.
Ron Bloomberg, that's another great Jewish baseball player.
He was a Yankee, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He would at least be accepted there, So at any rate, let's go back to why it's a good thing that the Cavaliers are playing the Toronto.
Why are they playing the Raptors then?
Why are they playing the Raptors?
Why are we doing this?
No,
why is it a good thing? God damn it.
Yeah, the reason that it's a good thing is that we're not good at playing teams that play at pace. And the Raptors, they like to get up and down the floor, but they're trying to get up and down the floor with players who don't particularly scare you with ultimate athleticism. They're 21st in pace played when you really analyze it overall, but they're trying to play more of a breakneck basketball paced game. And if you look at the team, they've got some nice players. You got Brandon Ingram, who's a good player. You got Barrett, who came from the Knicks. And you've got Scotty Barnes, who was, of course, going to be compared to Evan Mobley all the time, being drafted, third and fourth. And then you have Isaiah Quickly, another guy who was a one-time Knick. So you've got guys who are putting up, and even they have a forward, Mamu Kelashvili. I mean, what kind of a last name is that? And
that sounds like a Ukrainian or Lithuanian last name.
But here's what is David saying? What you got to specify what game, David.
Game on Saturday is streaming only. I don't know. Maybe game 3 or game 4.
No, that would be game 1 of the Cavaliers series.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
we're trying to read David's mind here, and he's young, so it's hard for us all.
Yeah, it's going to be on. It's going to be on some form of television.
It'll be on, Zooflix or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere, and I'm sure somebody has the rights to all of those games, Saturday and Sunday games. But I'm not. I guess the reason I'm not afraid as much about the Raptors as I am about the Hawks. The Hawks are a team that's unproven, okay?
Yeah.
And unproven could be dangerous stuff. You saw that in the Pacers last year. A team that finds its confidence and doesn't know any better, and they go into a situation and they can be a real pain in the ass to play. And either way, David, I've got the game. If you really want it badly enough, you'll have to buy a plane ticket. But not to worry, I'll be in Ohio in the beginning of May. So then I'll just be down the
Are
road.
the Cavs still going to be playing when you're back in Ohio?
Well, I'm not saying that this is a wrap, man. The Cavaliers are going to beat the Raptors. I'm just saying that from a matchup perspective, Brandon Ingram is a good scoring forward.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Been around, but he is what we wanted DeAndre Hunter to be. All right. He is not a great defensive player. He's got length. He's got length going for him. He averages 21.5 points a game, but he only gets 5 rebounds a game. He gets about 3.5 assists per game. And if you start looking at his shooting percentages, he can hit the 3 for 38% if he's left alone. And he is a 51% 2-point shooter. He's a good ball player. But tell me, where has he been effective in the playoffs? And when has he been a difference maker? And I'm going to say this about this entire lineup. You got Barrett. And Barrett is a guy who doesn't really scare me. He plays 30 minutes a game. He's averaging 19 a game. And he's perfectly fine. And but I've seen him play in playoff situations, and he is not a clutch guy. He's not the guy you're going to put the ball in his hands and something great's going to happen in the fourth quarter of close games. Scotty Barnes is a guy who's averaging 18 a game, and he's averaging 7.5 rebounds a game. He's being compared to Evan Mobley, which is fine. I don't mind the comparison whatsoever. I don't think Scotty Barnes is as good of a defensive player, but I think that maybe he has some more upside as an offensive player.
Well, they came out in the Rookie of the Year controversy between the two of them, so that's
right.
They're still trying to stew that pot up that's been old for like about 5 years now.
But I mean, Barrett is shooting 33% from 3, okay? Scotty Barnes is 30%. The greatest weakness of the Cleveland Cavaliers is they're giving up way too many 3-point, easy, non-contested looks. Ingram is their best guy at shooting the 3 ball, and he's at 38%. And he doesn't live out there. His best play is around the baselines and the mid-range, and that's where he'll hurt you the most. So, the odds, if you can get up on this team, the odds of them going on a tear from 3-point land may not be the greatest odds for them. Isaiah Quickly shoots 37% from 3, but he is not consistent. And again, if I were to say the weakness of the Raptors team playing at a fast pace is they're not a great defensive team. So it's a watered down effect. What beats the Cleveland Cavaliers is mayhem. If you have speed, athleticism, and leaping ability. If you not height, I mean leaping ability. You got athleticism, and you trap ball handlers, and you double up, and you force errant passes, and you kill with speed and athleticism. That would be the Hawks, not the Raptors. The Raptors are 3-0 against the Cavaliers this year, but in 2 of the games, Jared Allen didn't play. We didn't even have a full.
Nobody played in those games.
In those games, we did not have our full repertoire. And in a fourth quarter of close games, and let's be honest, more often than not, the playoffs, the way the referees call the games, can end up lower scoring games and tighter defensive kind of battles. And we've seen it year after year after year.
Yeah.
And, from my perspective, I don't worry as much about the Raptors if they don't have that explosive scoring capability. And in the crunch time in the fourth quarter, I've got Harden, I've got Donovan Mitchell. They don't have anybody who comes close to those people who have experience at crunch time. Now, that doesn't mean they won't come through, but I'm just saying as an overview, without getting into all of this analytical stuff, if any of these players were great leaders, they would be playing on championship caliber teams, and nobody believes that Toronto is one of them.
Exactly. I mean, the sheer talent level of the Cavs is higher than the Raptors. I think anybody with half a brain just scanning the rosters should be able to see that.
Yeah. So I mean, and it wasn't that the whole talent thing with Atlanta. It was just the sheer humanity, amount
Yeah,
of players they had with the same skill set. It was just like the Pacers would throw at you.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, the Pacers had Nimhart and Matherin, and they just beat our ass up and down the court all.
And SGA, not SGA. I'm sorry, Halliburton. Yeah,
And
and
Albert got lucky and threw shots in from midcourt and all that shit.
well, I mean, but
There
they
you
were
go.
a team that had that quick scoring capability, and in the helter skelter NBA right now, that's not a bad thing to have. A lot of teams
Well,
going in
yeah,
that direction.
and Miles Turner and Siakam beat our ass too. So, I mean, that was just a horrible matchup. But
Yeah, it didn't work for us at all. And when I compare that to the Cleveland Cavaliers team, I'll take Donovan Mitchell and Harden any day of the week in the closing moments of games, and I'll take Mobley as a defensive player. He's not going to be scoring the ball from 3-point land, and I'm hoping that Jared Allen will be able to play enough significant minutes that that 1-2 big punch can help keep the game, and it's going to be called closely. Nobody's going to give the Cleveland Cavaliers anything. They never do.
I think the fact that we're playing at the death time of Saturday at 1 p.m. when no one else, that's like the least desirable time to play a basketball game or a football game, is that time. And I just hope that we come out on these afternoon games and actually look alive and play halfway decent.
Well, I mean, if you don't now, then you have to get rid of the team, get rid of the coach, get rid of a bunch of players, because if they're not ready to go now, they ain't never going to be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
they've got a week off to have their bruised knees get better and their calf strains and whatever it is else they got. So I don't know.
But
I don't have a lot of hope for them.
well, I mean, I'm looking at round by round. All right. If somebody were to say to me, what is the best path, the best route that this team could take in fantasy land, it would be starting out with Toronto and then having to play the Pistons, who are unproven at this point at that level.
I don't think the Pistons are going to get through. I think whoever ends up being the AC, it could be the Sixers, it could be I don't know who the other fucking team is in the 7-8 game, but it could be one of them, and they could fuck up with a Detroit.
I suppose anything is possible. I mean, but I'd love to have Detroit in the second round of this thing, because we did well with them, and I know they love to push and shove, but it's Bickerstaff, and we know.
Yeah, we know how to beat him.
They're not the up and down. They're gonna be the physical kind of team. And if we have our two bigs, then we have to push back. And I know that's been a problem historically with this group of players.
We got Thomas Bryant now, and we got
Thomas Bryant ain't going to help you with that. Jalen Duren.
Well, yeah, all right.
He's the big guy, but again, they haven't proven they can do it, and Cade Cunningham hasn't proven that he can lead somebody to the promised land.
Yeah, and he's an injury waiting to happen. I don't want to say that to be mean, but Cade Cunningham's probably played way too many minutes this year. And
if not now, within the next 2 years of playing for JB, that will be the case.
I don't know. He'll probably fall apart. A bit like the Blues Brothers car at the end of the movie when they get to Daily Plaza.
Yeah. Well, I think every team is going to have its share of fatigue factor, the way the game's being played these days. But again, I don't see the Pistons having the experience at this point. And, it killed me watching the Orlando Magic somehow lose to the second and third string of the Boston Celtics. That Paolo Banchero didn't do shit. He didn't do shit.
He falls into the woodwork, doesn't he?
Down the stretch, man, he was invisible. They didn't have anybody to take over the reins and get that heading in the right direction. It just and that's the end of that franchise. If he can't put his foot down, and because he's got the physical capacity to do that.
I thought he was going to be like a superstar player 2 years ago. I really did, and now he's just no,
Yeah.
No.
So moving on, I started out talking about how all the NFL owners hate Jimmy Haslam and how rules will never go the Cleveland's way because the Browns' way, because he just literally alienates anybody he comes in contact with. Now his magic spell is on the Bucks as Doc Rivers.
Yeah. Doc Rivers.
Shit canned.
I was gonna bring that up if you were going to. Yeah, Doc Rivers.
Gone.
Did you see what the GM said about it? It's we don't know what we're doing with it. It was clearly not the GM's call. And you could see Jimmy Haslam working behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, how else could you lose a guy who's been a career-winning coach, and your star player has an uncertain future now because between injuries and is he going to be traded and how much money you're going to pay him, if you're going to pay him, is he worth it, and all of that, Antetokounmpo is saying, I'm healthy, but Jimmy Haslam is brain damaged. You have to understand he fucks up everything he touches. He has the anti-Midas touch.
Yep, and he steals other people's ideas and think they'll apply to him. I mean, if you read that Wikipedia about Truist Stadium in Atlanta, it is exactly what Jimmy Haslam did to Cleveland. Getting that stadium moved to where they did. It's all the same shenanigans. So the thing about Antetokounmpo is that whole thing we brought up the other week about Haslam wanting $50 million for some WSL franchise or whatever out of Columbus or out of Columbus. That would have gone straight to Giannis, all that money.
Now, here's the next story, which I find unbelievable.
Ooh.
Diana Rossini, she's a reporter, all right, for ESPN.
Yeah,
and
so she must be hot if she's an ESPN reporter.
Yeah. And she and Mike Vrabel, the coach of the Patriots, were seen at a resort, and they were holding hands, and there appeared to be some kind, perhaps.
Giggity.
Well, yeah. Now, and The Athletic has launched an investigation into this after photos emerged showing her holding hands and embracing Vrabel. The outlet is examining the nature of the relationship between Rossini and Vrabel, as well as her professional coverage of the team, according to the New York Times. Rossini will not report for the publication during the active investigation.
Oh, wait, I'm confused. Is she like the local reporter for the Patriots or whatever, or what?
Well, this is a question that I have. See, Page Six, which is another one of these websites that loves to dish the dirt, they published 7 photos showing the pair holding hands and lounging at poolside at the Ambient Sedona Boutique Resort. The investigation centers on whether the interactions breach editorial guidelines requiring journalists to avoid conflicts of interest or the appearance of such conflicts. Now, wait a minute here. I gotta listen to Kendrick Perkins blast the Cavaliers on television all the time,
Correct.
all the fucking time.
Which is what he does.
And are you telling me there's not some kind of reason? You don't think that they're egging him on? I mean, do you think there's any integrity in the fucking press? Give me a goddamn break.
Well, look at all there's reporters that end up marrying players. I mean, for God's sakes. I mean, Allie Flor springs to mind straight away. She married that one pitcher. I mean, there's other TV girls that have married athletes out there. You know, happens all the time.
Well, but what bothers me is there is a reason. And again, the men who own the league, there's a reason for everything that happens. And it isn't if there was a photo of two people holding hands and they're, you know something, yes, they're both married. Ooh.
Yeah,
You know,
a scandal in the 1950s. Yeah.
I mean, are you telling me that other coaches haven't diddled employees?
Urban Meyer, maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, again, the pictures were not intimate, and I want to see if I can bring up I'd like to bring up the pictures out of my stomach and puke all over.
Yeah, I had vaguely heard something about this, so this isn't a complete shock to me. But
and you know, he has some splaining to do. Okay, there's no question in his personal life, and that is that. I'm going to share one of the pictures here. So
hubba.
it's not salacious in any way.
Hubba.
There. All right.
Oh, they could be like doing The Last Dance in that Patrick
Last
Swayze
Tango
movie.
in Paris.
Oh, Sedona. I mean, you know, that's all hippie out there. They're probably just, you know, yeah.
Now, you know,
there's nothing to it whatsoever. Look at oh, that's nice with the streams of water.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like the jizz shots, you know. This is so suggestive. Now,
Oh God, he
got
looks like a football coach, doesn't he? He looks like everybody's 8th grade gym teacher, doesn't he?
So go ahead, buddy. Where's your proof that they were fucking?
No idea. There's none whatsoever.
How old are you?
He's 50.
No, the guy who's saying this in the chat room. How old are you? Is that what you look like when you're making a woman?
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they were there for. It is an all-adult resort. That means there are no children allowed. It is not like what's the one? What are the
Hedonism.
ones? Hedonism. Thank you. Hey, let's go out on a butt-fuck vacation.
That brief segue. Saturday's baseball game. I don't know whether you noticed this, but Atlanta had a guy on the mound, and his last name was Bummer.
Yeah,
and the pitching coach.
I was wiped out watching it.
Yeah,
I felt, yeah.
The pitching coach came out, and his last name was Hefner. So they had Bummer and Hefner on the screen together. I go, well, that goes together. That makes sense.
But fuck vacation, all I ever wanted. Yeah. But the fact is, you have no proof to say the things you're saying. And to start moralizing is even more disgusting. You know?
Okay. Look at her hunk, man. Talk about big nose. I mean, that just
let's show her by herself now.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no bikini snaps though, so Rossini.
And they left separately.
Oh,
Well, maybe they didn't get there together. I don't know. Do I really give a shit? No, I don't care at all. But you know what bothers me about it?
What bothers you about it?
It's like, who is putting the Athletic? Who in the fuck is the Athletic? Who owns them?
Ooh,
Who's doing this? Who is the force behind this?
I don't know. Probably Walt Disney.
I mean, I just don't want to understand this. So this woman is on like temporary / permanent leave.
Oh,
As
she got
we-
double secret probation, huh?
Yeah, as we, do the same thing that we did with Deshaun Watson, because we're all such moral people. We gamble our money away on sports, deprive our children of education in the process, but we're such honest people and we're such moral people. No, you're not.
No.
Just pathetic. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? Whatever happened to the concept?
Oh, that went out with O.J. Simpson, I'm afraid. That's when I think that died. And then Casey Anthony put the final nail in that coffin. So
it's just really pathetic. It's just pathetic to me. Here's another one. You might remember Phil Garner. He played.
Garner, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the A's guy, I think.
Well, he led the team to their first World Series appearance. He passed away. He was 76.
Oh.
But it's a shame that he passed away. But it says Garner died Saturday after a 2-year plus battle with pancreatic cancer. But you know something? Baseball didn't cause that. God damn it!
Why,
Baseball has no trouble telling you how its famous players die. Because it's not encephalopathy. It isn't because of the game.
Correct, yeah.
So, no cause of death was confirmed for every NFL football player who suddenly just croaked when they're 47 years old.
That's amazing. I've called him up, and he was an infielder with the A's. That's how I remember him. But he also was with the Pirates, the Astros, the Dodgers.
He was well traveled, yeah.
And was a manager. Won the World Series as a manager, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And this, you want to talk about, people were frustrated with Darius Garland because of his feet, right?
Yeah, his big toe.
And it's if you just read what's happened to this guy, man. I mean, his body, his Achilles healed. That wasn't the issue. He's fine, but he's had a 2-month battle with shingles.
Oh, I had shingles.
I did too.
I didn't have that bad version, really, to be honest.
So you had chicken pox when you were a kid.
I had chicken pox when I was 24 years old, and I was incredibly sick with it.
Yeah.
When I had it, I was really.
That's what causes shingles.
Yes.
That shit never, I would tell anybody
about 6 years ago.
Especially Chewbacca or Kaka face in the chat room, to get the vaccine, so he doesn't get it when but the fact is that he doesn't believe that vaccines are effective either. He's a moral guy. But no, I had it too. I had it last year. And
you did. Yeah, I remember you talking about it. I had it more about like 8 years ago.
But mine, at least it was right around the side of my body, the trunk of my body.
Your lower ribs and your back,
right
from my upper chest,
and it was just uncomfortable. It hurt. Yeah. And I mean, but this is crazy. He's gained weight, lost part of his eyebrow.
Wow.
and is still feeling the effects 2 months later.
That's unlucky, man.
My one eye was basically closed shut, Halliburton told reporters.
Wow.
It's crazy. He received a Botox injection and changed his medication multiple times to help manage the disease, but a side effect of his latest medication has led to weight gain.
Wow.
In his interview, the 26-year-old star's face appeared puffy and swollen. My eye is always swollen from scratching it. I have good days and bad days, but for the most part, it's bad days. It hasn't been fun at all. And usually people who are above 60 are the ones who get shingles. And
Yeah,
I never
kind of old to get it.
I fucked up and I didn't get the vaccine. But once you've had it, they say maybe you should still get the vaccine, but the odds are very, very low you'll get it a second time. So, I thought that, it's bad enough the guy tore his Achilles, for God's sakes, but he's been sitting around for 2 months and he's been unable to get exercise. And so he is so far out of shape, he's got to use the entire off season just to get back in physical condition.
Wow.
Before we get out of here, I have this. Natalie Sago, the third woman picked to referee in the NBA playoffs.
Oh, she's the one that stands guard facing outward while the two male refs are checking the replay center video screen. And she's like standing there like a security guard so that nobody comes up and bothers them. Or I don't know what she does, but that's what it looks like to me she's doing.
Have you ever seen a woman on the screen? I mean,
No, they have. If somebody finds a woman NBA ref looking at the challenge screen, let me know, because I have not seen that yet. I have. Maybe it'll happen now that we've called it out, but I don't think it's ever happened.
I mean, if Major League Baseball can keep CB Buckner out there as an umpire and he's blind as a bat and keep his fucking job.
The umpires have gotten better from the games I've watched, that they're like
not Buckner
away. I didn't see if that was yesterday's game, I didn't see it, but
good for you. How old are you, buddy? You got the shingles vaccine. How old are you? Usually they tell you get that,
or you could put a range like 48 to 64.
Exactly.
You don't want to reveal your age, because you never know. There could be like people harvesting your information on this widely available podcast that millions of people watch.
But I would have sure been happier if I'd done it. But
no, well, I did. When I had it, I wasn't even aware there was a vaccine for it.
Exactly. And once you had chickenpox, man, it stays in your body forever.
The chickenpox I had was very serious. I was ill for. I was very ill with that.
What I know is the officials in NBA games who get to be in the playoffs are the ones who are most easily controlled. And let's be honest about this. The officials are not honest in the NBA, not in the least. They're done what they're told to do. And so she's the good apple who got chosen by the NBA and the owners to do whatever bidding needs to be done. There's no integrity. There's none. Yep. And I hate to sound this way, but like I said, I used to be a fan and I'm a commentator now because the things I'm seeing, the CB Buckner stuff is crazy. That guy is the worst umpire. I thought Doug Edens was the worst major league umpire I'd ever seen in my life. Well, CB Buckner beats him by leaps and bounds. I don't even know what he's looking at on the field. And why they continue to keep him in his job, I have no idea whatsoever. But with the way the game is, and and I'm sitting there watching the Wizards when they were playing against the Cavaliers this last game. These guys can all shoot. Now, they're not real consistent as far as being able
to young. They're all like 12 years old, the Wizards.
Yeah,
they're a really young team.
They can't put pressure defense and good shooting together, at least not yet. But these guys could throw it in from the ocean. I mean, the game is being radically changed before our eyes. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a
good
bad thing when you have to play 82 games at that pace, though. And that's why we're seeing the
that's why
injuries.
everybody's getting killed. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it is exciting to watch and it's harder to officiate. And a 5'4" woman standing at the baseline is like Dylan Gabriel in the pocket.
How is she supposed to see all the fouls going on in the lane?
I don't know, because there's an initiative before the game who you call fouls on and who you don't.
Yeah.
And that anybody could do it.
And
that's what I'm beginning to think.
Jalen Tyson will be the first one to get 6 fouls in the playoffs because they love calling fouls on him. So
good for you, buddy. Good for you. And I hope you stay healthy. That's important. I'm 68. I'm going to be 69. Well, years of age. And maybe if I'm lucky enough on my birthday, I'll get that too.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry,
that reminds me. Did you see that amazing play in Saturday's baseball game where Kwan walked and then the Bummer, I think it wasn't Bummer, it's like Bodie or whatever his name was, the relief pitcher, threw a pitch that went in the ground, and the catcher Bo Naylor did to such an extent that the ball flew behind him and he didn't know where it went.
Oh God, what a panic play.
And the pitcher had to run off the mound and point like, it's behind you, it's behind you.
And then what he did afterwards.
Then like he finds the ball finally. Kwan's already at third base. Like, he should have only been at second. He's already at third. The catcher fucking wings it into the, like...
down the left field line.
It's like the third base
It's foul territory.
Yeah, he nearly hit the third base coach in the head with the fucking...
No, it was so wide of him. It was between third base and the stands.
Dugout. Yeah, and it was, like, crazy.
You know, I'm going to make a sound that I haven't made in a lot of years.
Okay.
All right. The sound is when a quarterback is unprepared to come in to the Browns and ends up in a complete full bore blitz and is so scared he has to throw the ball.
Chair the last time you did this.
Exactly. Okay, I'm holding on to the desk.
Hold on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he did. The guy peed his pants. It was funny as hell.
That was the worst play. I mean, we make fun of Bo Naylor, and rightly so, for his lack of prowess behind the plate, but that was absolutely shocking. I was just like, oh my God, I got to talk about that on Monday's show.
One last thing I have to say. Former Miami defensive end 2026 draft prospect Ruben Bain Jr. was involved in an auto accident back in 2024. In which a passenger later died because of injuries sustained in that crash. He was cited for careless driving for the accident that occurred at 4:00 in the morning on Interstate 95 northbound in Miami. The crash report alleged that Bain was driving a 2021 Land Rover SUV and that he had 3 other passengers, fellow Hurricane football players, along with a 22-year-old Georgia woman, Destiny Betts. Bain's vehicle rear-ended another car, veered into a concrete barrier, then ricocheted into another barrier before coming to a rest on the shoulder of the highway. The woman, Betts, was taken to Ryder Trauma Center in Miami, according to the Reed Optional, which is another site. The outlet reported that Betts was in a coma for nearly 3 months before she died from her injuries. Bain was cited at the time of the incident, but charges were dropped prior to Betts' death, according to the site. No field sobriety tests were given, according to the crash report. In a statement given to the Reed Optional, Betts' family called the crash a tragic accident and said they wish Mr. Bain the best as he continues his life and career.
Wow.
Now, wait a minute here.
If it'd been a normal person, they would have been in prison for 9 months probably.
How in the fuck does that happen? And how do you pay off the family to feel that way?
I don't know.
Their daughter was fucking killed in a meaningless accident and was brain dead for 3 months.
And if you're driving a new Land Rover and you get somebody killed, you have to have a pretty fucking dramatic accident to do that in. It's not like you were in a 1974 Pinto. Land Rovers are fucking solid cars.
And at the time, by the way, Bain was a sophomore at the University of Miami. He is now ranked number 15 on Mel Kiper Jr.'s latest big board for the NFL draft. Hey, he's still going strong. He's going to be a millionaire.
He's going to be up there with a bullet. And until they find some video of him toking weed out of, like they did with Laramie Tunsil. That's still
It's
crap.
like, hey, Tiger, do you want to take a sobriety test?
No, I'm on the phone to Donald.
No. I mean, it's not optional, you motherfuckers. It's not optional. You test them because
Correct.
the guy's impaired. He killed somebody and he's going to become a millionaire because he was protected.
Yeah,
I
they
would
obviously knew who that was when they came onto the scene.
It's
Corruption.
it's not and justice for all. It isn't.
Never
And
has been.
you think if a kid who was a sophomore at the time, who was a talented football player at the University of Miami in Florida, if you think that he can get away with that, what do you think the people who own the NFL, who own the NBA, what do you think the people in the White House and in the Senate and the House of Representatives are getting away with?
And in other countries around the world. It's not just America, my friend.
Wake up!
Yeah, it's everywhere.
You're brought up to live a good life, an ethical life, to treat people well, to reward those people who helped you in your life and in your career. That's what I was raised with, those values.
Yeah, the golden rule. Anybody still know what the golden rule is these days?
He who has the gold makes the rules.
Correct. Yeah.
And again, it is so distasteful to me that, and don't tell me that the guy, he's got to live with it the rest of his life. Well, she's dead.
Yeah.
I'm out of here, man.
Wow.
Just fed up with this shit. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into this
when do the
happy
Guardians-
edition.
When do the Guardians play again? Do they play tonight or they play tomorrow?
I think they're playing against the St. Louis Cardinals, and I
I
think they're playing again tonight. Frankly, I think they
the
are.
fucking interleague play. I mean, make it stop, goddamn it!
And it's a bad start to a schedule. We had the West Coast, and now we're getting all this shit. It's not easy. We haven't played many games at home at all, so it's a tough start to the season. So, Moose, thanks a lot for joining me. I gotta hop into a shower tonight at 7:45. Thank you, Rick May. If you want to watch the
Fucking
Guardians,
Cardinals.
Yeah.
I might sleep through that. I don't know.
maybe most people will, but
I'll sleep through that.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Until Friday. Hasta la vista, Pasture Heads. Good night.
And may the moose be with you.